Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Sheila Carter Sharp has been good for a long time now. So long that she seems overdue to get some revenge. With Bill Spencer and Katie Logan inching closer towards a reunion, could Sheila strike unexpectedly? Is it possible that Bill and Katie could deal with a police raid or some kind of FBI sting? Keep reading and let's talk about what could happen with this storyline. B&B spoilers reveal that Sheila has been really good ever since her rescue from captivity. As fans recall, Deacon Sharp felt Sheila was in trouble. Following the clues, Sheila was saved from certain death after being left shackled in an abandoned building by a dead Janet Sugar Weber. After the rescue, Sheila married Deacon. Sheila is still serving at Il Giardino and even dealt with Lee Finnegan's spaghetti attack like a pro. Even though Sheila seems to be on the right path, she is still the #1 suspect whenever a crime occurs. Lie and Steffi Forrester Finnegan were convinced Sheila killed Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister. Sheila was arrested by Deputy Chief Bradley Baker but later cleared. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that while Sheila was going through all of that, Bill just had to gloat about it to Deacon. So it seems Sheila might want a little payback for Bill's little comments. Not only that, but Sheila probably still wants revenge for the whole fake scheme with Bill Ridge Forrester and the FBI. Back in 2023, Sheila and Deacon were still together romantically. However, Bill and Sheila started getting close. At one point, Sheila broke up with Deacon as she found true love with Bill. At least, that is what Sheila thought. Much later, Sheila found out that Bill was just playing her in order to get murder confessions for the FBI. Sheila might also feel that Bill gets a repaired dynamic with his son, Will Spencer, but she is still without John Finn Finnegan. Sheila normally gets revenge on those who cross her. It hasn't happened yet, but with Bill and Katie inching towards a reunion, could Sheila suddenly strike? Maybe Sheila will get some intel from Luna Nozoa. Even though Bill seems to be on the up and up lately, he's also trusting Justin Barber. Again, so could Bill end up dealing with a police raid or FBI sting? It had been a quiet morning in the Forrester mansion. Katie Logan was sitting by the window, basking in the warm glow of the California sun, her fingers absent-mindedly tracing the rim of her coffee mug. She felt at peace, a rare sensation in her tumultuous life. After years of heartbreak, betrayals, and near-death experiences, she had finally found stability with Bill Spencer. Their relationship had undergone a rebirth of sorts, and Katie was beginning to believe they might truly have a shot at happily ever after. The sun-drenched morning was abruptly shattered by the piercing wail of sirens. Katie's heart skipped a beat as she glanced out the window and saw several police cars screeching to a halt in front of her home. Officers poured out, their faces grim with determination. Katie's mind raced with a dozen different questions, each one more terrifying than the last. What's going on? She whispered to herself, setting the mug down with trembling hands. At that moment, Bill walked into the room, his confident swagger faltering as he spotted the flashing lights outside. He had always been the man of action, the one who controlled every situation with ruthless precision. But this was something even he hadn't foreseen. What the hell is happening, Katie? Bill's voice was sharp, betraying a trace of panic as he reached for his phone to call his security team. Before they could make sense of the chaos, a loud knock echoed through the hall. The door swung open, and 2 police officers entered, their faces cold and serious. "William Spencer?" one of the officers asked, eyes scanning the room with military precision. Bill straightened, his trademark defiance kicking in. "What's the meaning of this? You can't just barge in here without a warrant." One of the officers held up a piece of paper, unfolding it with a snap. "We have a search warrant. Step aside." Katie felt her world tilt on its axis. This was supposed to be their sanctuary. She had fought too hard, come too far, to have it all ripped away. And yet, here it was, the grim reality knocking at their door, literally. "What's this about?" Katie demanded, her voice quavering. The officers exchanged a glance, clearly hesitant to divulge information to her. But before they could answer, another voice rang out from behind them, deep, gravelly, and dripping with venom. "This is about justice," Sheila Carter said, stepping into view. Katie's blood ran cold. Of all the people she had ever feared, Sheila Carter topped the list. A sociopath with a long history of wreaking havoc on the Forrester family, Sheila was the embodiment of chaos. She had faked her death, committed multiple murders, and framed others for her crimes. Yet here she stood, alive and well, a dark gleam of triumph in her eyes. Bill's face darkened as he took a step forward. "Sheila, what the hell are you doing here? I thought you were rotting in prison where you belong." Sheila smirked. "I bet you did, Bill. But the thing about me is, I always come back. And this time, I'm not going to be the one who loses." Katie's stomach churned with fear. Sheila had been a ghost in their lives for years, haunting them, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Now it seemed that moment had arrived. One of the officers stepped forward, addressing Bill and Katie with professional detachment. "We are investigating new evidence related to several criminal cases involving Ms. Carter. This warrant allows us to search the premises." Katie felt her knees weaken as she clung to the back of the couch for support. "Criminal cases? What does that have to do with us?" Sheila's laughter filled the room, low and mocking. "Everything, Katie. You see, Bill's not as innocent as he likes to pretend." Bill's eyes narrowed, and he crossed his arms, defiance etched into every line of his face. "You're out of your mind, Sheila. I've got nothing to do with your crimes." "Oh, but you do, Bill. You see, I've been doing some digging while I was locked up. And guess what I found? Some very interesting connections between your business dealings and a few shady characters who helped me out of a tight spot or two." Katie's heart raced as she tried to process the implications of Sheila's words. Could it be true? Had Bill, in some twisted way, unknowingly been part of Sheila's web? Bill's eyes burned with fury. "You're lying." Sheila stepped closer, her eyes gleaming with malevolent delight. "Am I? We'll see, won't we? Once the police have gone through everything, we'll know just how deep your hands are in the dirt." Katie felt a wave of nausea roll through her. She couldn't believe that Bill, the man she had come to trust again, could be involved in anything to do with Sheila. But the fear gnawing at the edges of her mind refused to let go. Suddenly, Bill's phone buzzed. He glanced at it and swore under his breath. "It's Justin," he muttered. "Something's going on at Spencer Publications." Katie watched him, her mind racing. Spencer Publications had weathered scandals before, but if Sheila's allegations were true, this could bring everything crashing down. She could lose everything: her home, her family, her life with Bill. The life they had fought so hard to rebuild could be destroyed in an instant. But more than that, it was the idea of being dragged back into Sheila Carter's twisted world that filled her with dread. This woman had been a shadow over their lives for so long, and now she was threatening to tear them apart once again. The officers moved quickly, searching the mansion with methodical precision. Bill paced like a caged animal, his anger barely contained. Katie could see the tension in his every movement, the weight of his past mistakes pressing down on him. Sheila, meanwhile, watched with an almost serene expression, as if she were the conductor of this dark symphony, reveling in the chaos she had orchestrated. After what felt like an eternity, the officers returned, their faces unreadable. "We've collected what we need," one of them said. "We'll be in touch." Sheila smiled sweetly, a predator satisfied with the scent of blood in the air. "This is just the beginning," she purred. "Justice will be served, one way or another." As the police left, Bill stood frozen, his fists clenched at his sides. Katie approached him, her heart aching for the man she loved. She had seen him at his worst and his best, and now, more than ever, she needed to believe that they could weather this storm together. "Bill," she whispered, placing a hand on his arm. "We'll get through this. We have to." He turned to her, his eyes dark with the weight of the world on his shoulders. "I won't let her win, Katie. I can't." But as Sheila's laughter echoed in their minds, both of them knew that their happily ever after had just been thrown into jeopardy. And this time, there was no telling how the story would end.